dear students. Today I am going to teach you Geography Chapter 5 Water. Okay children, do you remember the story The Thirsty Crow? Yes, the crow used its intelligence to drink water from a pitcher. It threw stones into it. That time it increased the level of water in order to quench its thirst. Water is the basis of survival for all living beings. We cannot imagine even a single day without water. Is it clear? Water occupies 71% of the Earth's surface. Almost to 97% of this water is found in the oceans and only 3% as fresh water. In the form of what, children? In the form of snow, ice, rivers and lakes. Because of the presence of water, the earth is called blue planet, isn't it? Water is found in various forms on the earth's surface. Why earth is called as blue planet? Because the presence of water. Water occupies 71% of the earth's surface. Almost 97% of the water is found in which areas, children? Yes, 97% of water is found in the oceans and only 3% is fresh water. In the form of what? In the form of snow, river, then lakes, ice. Okay. In this chapter, we will discuss at first one is water cycle, then distribution of water bodies, then ocean circulation, then waves, then tides, and last one is ocean currents. Okay children, we'll move into the topic. At first, we'll discuss water cycle. The sun's heat causes evaporation of water into vapor. When the water vapor cools down and it condenses to form clouds. From there, it may fall on the land or sea in the form of what, children? Yes, in the form of rain, snow or sleet. Okay children, now you may tell what is meant by water cycle. The process by which water continuously changes its forms and circulates between oceans, atmosphere and land is known as water cycle. Clear children? Again I will repeat, the process by which the water continuously changes its forms and circulate between oceans, atmosphere and land is known as water cycle. Clear children? Water changes its form. It goes into the atmosphere as water vapor, where it changes from vapor to clouds, then comes to the earth as what? Rainfall. It flows into the rivers and freezes in the form of snow on the mountain peaks. This change of form of water and its circulation in all spheres of the environment is called as what? Water cycle. Again I will repeat children, just make a note of it. Water changes from one form to another form. It goes into the atmosphere as what? Atmosphere. The water goes into the atmosphere as water vapor, where it changes from vapor to clouds and then comes to the earth as what? Rainfall. Then it flows into the river and freezes in the form of snow on the mountain peaks. This change of form of water and it circulates in the all spheres of the environment. What are the spheres you may know children? Yes, first one is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. That circulates in all spheres is called as what? Water cycle. Water cycle is also called what children? Yes, hydrological cycle. The water cycle mainly involves three processes. What are they children? Already you studied in previous classes I think so. Yes. First one is evaporation, then second one is condensation and third one is precipitation. Clear children? Okay children, what is mean by evaporation? Yes, due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into what? Is converted into vapor. This process is called evaporation. The water also evaporates from the surface of the leaves. This is called what? Transpiration. Clear children? Once again I will repeat. What is mean by evaporation? Due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into vapor. This process is called evaporation. The water also evaporates from the surface of the leaves. This is called transpiration. Clear children? The next process is condensation. What is mean by condensation children? Yes, the process of conversion of vapor into a liquid form is called what? Condensation. When the water vapor rises upward in the air, it gets cooler. This vapor condenses around the dust particles or any other matter and forms what? Clouds. The process of conversion of vapor into liquid form is called condensation. Clear children? What is the third step, third process? As precipitation. The falling of water on the earth's surface in liquid or else solid form is called as precipitation. Clear children? These are the three main processes of water cycle. What are they? First one is evaporation, then condensation and condensation, then precipitation. First one is evaporation, then second one is condensation, third one is precipitation. What is mean by evaporation? As due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into vapor. This process is called evaporation. Then condensation, the conversion of vapor into liquid form is called as condensation. Finally, what is precipitation? Yes, the falling of water on the earth's surface in the liquid or solid form is called as precipitation. Clear children? Due to that precipitation, the water again reaches rivers, lakes, seas or under the ground. Water cycle, are you clear children? We'll move on to next one. Next one is water sources. There are two types of water available on the earth's surface. What are they children? Yes, first one is fresh water, another one is saline water. First one is fresh water. Fresh water is found in freshwater lakes, rivers and the atmosphere and under the ground. It has very low concentration of dissolved salts. Clear children? Fresh water contains very low amount of dissolved salts. Okay. Then fresh water is required to meet the needs of living beings. We cannot drink saline water, no. So fresh water is required to meet the needs of living beings. Clear children? Next one is saline water. Saline water is mainly found in seas and oceans. The water contains dissolved salts and cannot be used for drinking purposes. Nearly 97% of the water is available in this form. Clear children? Do you know the difference between the fresh water and saline water? Okay children, give some example for fresh water and saline water. Fresh water is freshwater lakes, rivers and underground waters. These are fresh water. Then examples for the saline water are oceans and seas. Okay children, we'll move on to next topic. Next one is distribution of water bodies. The earth appears blue from the outer space because of its immense water bodies. Water covers about 71% of the earth's surface. The above table shows the distribution of water on the earth's surface. Clear children? See the above table, it shows the distribution of water on the earth's surface. Oceans is saline water. It occupies nearly 97.3%. Then ice caps 0 to 0.0. Then groundwater, just see the table children. The above table shows the distribution of the water on the earth's surface. Clear? Okay children, we'll move on to next topic. Next one is ocean circulation. Okay children, do you have any idea about ocean circulation? Yes, the movements that occurs in the oceans, that is called as ocean circulation. That ocean circulation is broadly classified into waves, tides and ocean currents. Clear children? What is meant by ocean circulation again? The movements that occurs in the oceans that are called as ocean circulation. The movements that occurs in the oceans can be broadly categorized as three. What are they? Yes, waves, tides and ocean currents. There is something magical about walking the bare feet on the seashore, isn't it? The wet sand on the beach, then cool breeze, then seabirds, then smell of the salt in that air and the music of the waves. Everything is so fascinating, isn't it? Unlike the calm waters of ponds and lakes, ocean waters keep moving continuously. It is never still. The movements that occurs in the oceans are called as ocean circulation. The movements that occurs in the ocean can be broadly classified as or categorized as waves, tides and currents. Clear children? Okay children, we'll move on to next topic. Next one is waves. Okay, generally what is meant by waves? Yes, when water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, they are called as what? Waves. What is meant by waves again? Yes, when the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, they are called as waves. These are caused by the winds blowing over the seas, isn't it? These are caused by the winds blowing over the seas. They are also important agents of erosion and deposition in the coastal areas. Again on time repeat. What is meant by waves? When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternatively. That is called as waves. These waves are caused by the winds blowing over the seas. Okay children? Size of a wave is determined by how far and how fast and how long the wind blows. The strong winds over long distances generate long waves. During a storm, the winds blowing at very high speed form huge waves. These may cause tremendous destruction. An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater landslides can shift the large amount of ocean water. As a result, a huge tidal wave was formed. That is called as tsunami. Clear children? Earthquake, volcanic eruption or underwater landslides can shift a large amount of ocean water. As a result, a huge tidal wave was formed. That huge tidal wave is called as tsunami. Then the tsunami of 2014 caused widespread damage in the coastal areas of India. Especially the Indra Point in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands got submerged after the tsunami. The Indra Point in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands got submerged after the tsunami. Clear children? What we discussed so far children? At first we discussed about the water. Then water cycle. What does mean by water cycle? Water change its form. It goes into the atmosphere as water vapor, where it changes from vapor to clouds, then comes to the earth as rainfall. It flows into the river and freezes in the form of snow on the mountain peaks. Clear children? this changes of form of water and its circulation in all the spheres of the environment is called as what? Yes, water cycle or hydrological cycle. The water cycle involves three main processes. What are they, children? Evaporation, then condensation, then precipitation. What is mean by evaporation? Yes, due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into vapor. This is called as evaporation. Then condensation. What is mean by condensation? Yes, the process of conversion of vapor into liquid form is called as condensation. Then precipitation. What is mean by precipitation? As the falling of water on the earth's surface in the liquid or solid form is called as precipitation. Clear, children? Then we discussed water sources. In that there are mainly two types of water available on the earth's surface. One is fresh water, another one is saline water. Okay, children, what is mean by fresh water? Yes, fresh water found in freshwater lakes, rivers and atmosphere and under the ground. Then one main important thing is it has very low concentration of dissolved salts. Clear? When it is compared to the saline water contains dissolved salts and cannot be used for drinking purpose. Clear, children? Next one is distribution of water. In that what we discussed, children? Yes, the earth appears blue from the outer space because of its immense water bodies. The water covers about 71% of the earth's surface. Clear, children? In that the above table shows the distribution of water on the earth's surface. What are the water bodies you may know, children? Oceans, ice caps, then groundwater, then freshwater lakes and inland seas, then salt lakes, then atmosphere, rivers. These are commonly called as water bodies. It contains maybe saline water or fresh water, that doesn't matter, but these are called as water bodies. Clear, children? Next topic is ocean circulation. What is mean by ocean circulation, children? Yes, the movements that occurs in the oceans, that is called as ocean circulations. The movements that occurs in the oceans that can be broadly classified or categorized as waves, tides and ocean currents. Clear, children? What is mean by waves? When water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternatively, they are called as waves. Clear, children? What is mean by waves again? When water is on the surface of the ocean, when water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternatively, they are called as waves. These are caused by the winds blowing over the seas. Clear, children? The important agents of these waves are called as erosion and deposition in the coastal areas. These are the important agents. These are important agents of erosion and deposition in the coastal areas. Clear, children? Okay, children. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which point is got submerged after the tsunami? Yes, the Indra Point in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands got submerged after the tsunami. During a storm, the winds blowing at very high speed form the huge waves. These waves cause us tremendous destruction. Clear? An earthquake, a volcanic eruption or underwater slides can shift the large amount of water, ocean water. As a result, huge tidal waves are formed. That huge tidal waves are called as tsunami. Clear, children? Okay, children. We'll move on to the next topic. Next one is tides. Okay, children. What do you mean by ocean tides? Yes, tides are the alternate rise and fall in the level of sea water due to the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun and the rotation of the earth. Are you understand, children, what I am telling? The sea water rises and falls twice every day at regular intervals. Now you clear, children? The sea water rises and falls twice every day at regular intervals. There may be high tides or low tides. What does mean by high tides? Yes, when the water level rises, that means high tides. When the water level falls, that means low tides. Tides are mainly classified into two types. What are they? One is spring tide, another one is neap tide. Based on the interval, it can be divided into two. One is high tide, another one is low tide. But in tides, generally classified into two types. One is spring tides, another one is neap tides. Okay children, at first in the tides, first one is spring tides. What is mean by spring tide? Yes, when there is a new moon or full moon, the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun is combined. Clear children? This is because the sun, the moon and the earth are in straight line. Clear children? Or you see the picture, above picture, or you see the above picture? When there is a new moon or full moon, the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun are combined. This is because the sun, the moon and the earth are in a straight line. Due to the gravitational pull of both moon and sun, high tides are formed. These tides are called as spring tides. Clear? Again one time I will repeat children. Spring tide means when there is a new moon or full moon, the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun is combined. This is because the sun and the moon and the earth are in a straight line. Due to the gravitational pull of both the sun and the moon, high tides are formed. Due to that gravitational pull of, they are in straight line. They are in straight line. What are they? Sun and the moon and the earth are in straight line. Due to the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon, and so the high tides are formed. These tides are called as spring tides. Clear children? Next one is neap tides. When it is a half moon day, the moon and the earth are at right angle to each other. The impact of the gravitational pull is not very enough. Therefore, the tides do not rise very high. The low tides are formed. That is called as, these kind of tides are called as neap tides. Clear children? Do you know the difference between spring tides and neap tides? Again one time I will repeat the neap tides. When it is a half moon day, that then the moon and the earth are at right angle to each other. The impact of the gravitational pull is not very high. Therefore, the tides do not rise very high. These are called as neap tides. Clear children? Now you tell the difference between, first tell me what is tides, ocean tides, then what are the two types of tides. First one is tide. What is mean by tide? Yes, tides are the alternate rise and fall in the level of sea water due to the gravitational pull of the moon and the earth and the sun. Clear children? In general words, the sea water rises and falls twice every day at regular intervals. There can be high tides and low tides. High tides means spring tides. Then low tide means neap tides. Clear children? Now you understand what is mean by spring tides? Yes, when there is a new moon or full moon, that doesn't matter. The gravitational pull of the moon and the sun is combined. This is because the sun, moon and the earth in a straight line. Due to the gravitational pull, both the sun and moon, because of that sun and moon, high tides are formed. The gravitational pull of both the sun and moon, that and high tides are formed. That is called as spring tides. Clear children? Now neap tides. When it is a half moon day, the moon and the earth are at right angle to each other. That time the impact of the gravitational pull is not very high. So, these kind of tides does not rise very high. So that is called as neap tides. Okay, children, we'll move on to next topic. Next one is ocean currents. Okay, children, what does mean by ocean current? Yes, the movement of the ocean water in a constant direction is called as ocean current. Again one time, what is mean by ocean current? The movement of the ocean water in a constant direction is termed as the ocean current. Clear, children? The ocean current may be either cold or warm. Okay. The ocean current mainly influences the temperature conditions of the area. Warm ocean currents bring about the warm temperature over the land surface. The areas where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing grounds of the world. Clear, children? What I am telling? The areas where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing grounds of the world. The warm currents originates from the areas lying near the equator, while the cold currents originate lying near the poles, flow towards the equatorial regions. Clear, children? Where the warm currents originate? Warm ocean currents originates from the areas lying near the equator, while comparing the cold ocean currents originate near the poles and flow towards the equatorial region. Clear, children? Okay, children. Give some example for the major cold currents and major warm currents. Give some example, children. Okay, I'll tell you. Just make a note of it. Major cold currents are, first one is west wind drift, California current, then West Australian current, and so on. Then major warm currents, North Pacific drift, then North and South Equatorial current, then Gulf Stream, Alaska current, and so on. Okay, children, now you tell the significance of oceans and their movements. Now you may tell. Oceans are the main sources of water vapors, isn't it? Then oceans provide us a huge variety of minerals. Then ocean provide transportation facilities. Then they provide a home for many mammals, reptiles and marine plants. Then ocean provides a natural link between the continents. Then ocean waves are used to generate electricity, isn't it? The meeting of warm and cold currents resulting in the development of planktons. What does mean by plankton, children? Plankton is a tiny form of plant and animal life that serves as a food for fish. That is called as plankton. Clear, children? Next, ocean currents. Ocean currents also help in maritime trade. Again, I'll repeat the significance of ocean and their movements. What are the significance, children? First one is main source of water vapor. Then oceans provides a huge variety of minerals. Then they provide the transportation facilities. Then they provide home for many mammals, reptiles and marine plants. Next point is ocean provides a natural link between the continents. Then the ocean waves are used to generate the electricity. Next, the meeting of warm and cold currents result in the development of the planktons. Planktons. What does mean by planktons, children? Yes, plankton is a tiny form of plant and animal life that serves as a food for fish. That is called as plankton. Okay, children. Next, last point is ocean currents also help in maritime trade. Clear? Okay, children. I'll give a quick revision about the geography chapter 5, water. Children, what is the name of the chapter 5? Yes, water. What we discussed so far, children? Water is the basic survival for all living beings. We cannot imagine even a single day without water. Water occupies how many percentage of the earth's surface, children? Yes, 71% of the earth's surface. Almost 97% of the water is found in which places? Almost 97% of the water is found in oceans. Only 3% is fresh water in the form of what, children? In the form of snow and ice, rivers and lakes. Okay, children. Why Earth is called as blue planet? Because the presence of water. Water occupies how many percentage of the Earth's surface? 71%. That is called as Earth is called as blue planet. Clear? Water is found in various forms on the Earth's surface. Clear? Then what we discussed? Water cycle. Okay, children. What is mean by water cycle? Water changes its form. It goes into the atmosphere as water vapor, isn't it? Where it changes from the vapor to clouds, then comes to the earth as what? Earth as rainfall. It flows into the rivers and freezes in the form of what? In the form of snow on the mountain peaks. This change of forms of water and it circulates all the spheres of the environment is called as water cycle. Water cycle is also called as what, children? Yes, hydrological cycle. The water cycle mainly involves 3 steps. What are they? Yes, evaporation, then condensation, another one is precipitation. What is mean by evaporation, children? Due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into vapor. Due to the intense heat, the water on the earth's surface is converted into water vapor. This process is called what? Yes, evaporation. Very good. Then next one is condensation. What is mean by condensation? The process of conversion of vapor into liquid form is called as condensation. The process of conversion of water vapor into liquid form is called as condensation. Then third one is precipitation. What is mean by precipitation? The falling of water on the earth's surface in liquid or solid form is called as precipitation. Precipitation occurs when the cloud particles get too heavy to remain suspended in the air. Due to the precipitation, the water again reaches the river, lakes, seas and under the ground. Clear, children? What are the process of a water cycle? 3 main process. One is evaporation, another one is condensation, another one is precipitation. Now you clear these topics. Then we discussed that water sources. What are the 2 types of sources available on the earth's surface? Yes, one is fresh water, another one is saline water. Okay, children, what is mean by fresh water? Yes, fresh water is found in freshwater lakes, rivers and atmosphere and under the ground. Then it has a low concentration or else high concentration of dissolved salts. Fresh water contains only low concentration of dissolved salts. What is mean by saline water, children? Saline water is found in which areas? Saline water is found in seas and oceans. This water contains more amount of dissolved salts. Then this water is used for drinking purpose or not? Saline water cannot be used for drinking purpose. Only the fresh water is used for drinking purpose. Then next one what we discuss, children, is distribution of water. In this topic what we discuss, children? The earth appears blue from the outer space because of its immense water bodies, isn't it? The water covers almost how many percentage of the earth's surface? Water covers about 71% of the earth's surface. We saw on table, no? The distribution of the table shows the distribution of water on the earth's surface. What are the water bodies you may know, children? Yes, oceans, ice caps, then groundwater, then salt lakes and so on. What is the next topic, children? Yes, you are right. Ocean circulation. Okay children, in that what we discussed, what is mean by ocean circulation? Yes, the movement that occurs in the oceans that can be called as ocean circulation. In that ocean circulation is broadly categorized as, what are they? Yes, waves, then tides, another one is ocean currents. What is mean by ocean circulation? The movements that occurs in the oceans that can be broadly categorized into three types. What are they? Waves, tides and ocean currents. Okay children? Okay children, what is mean by waves? When water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, that is called as waves. Again on time, what is mean by waves? When water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, that is called as waves. Clear children? These waves are caused by the winds blowing over the seas. How it is caused? And these are caused by the winds blowing over the seas. Clear? These are an important agents of erosion and deposition in the coastal areas. Clear children? Okay children, I'll ask one question. How the size of wave is determined? Yes, the size of a wave is determined by how far and how fast and how long the wind blows. Clear? How it is determined? How the size of wave is determined means the size of a wave is determined by how far, then how fast and how long the wind blows. Strong winds over long distances generate what? Long waves. During a storm, the winds blowing at very high speed to form what? Yes, huge waves. These type of waves causes tremendous destruction. An earthquake, then a volcanic eruption or underwater landslides can shift large amount of ocean water. That time huge tidal waves are formed. That type of waves are called what? Yes, that type of waves are called as tsunami. Clear children? Then one important thing, the largest tsunami ever measured, that wave is measured, was 150 meter high. Clear children? These waves travel at a speed of more than 700 km per hour. This is the largest tsunami ever measured. The tsunami of 2004 caused widespread damage in the coastal areas of India, isn't it? That time the Indira Point in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands got submerged after the tsunami. Children, we'll move on to next topic. Next one is ocean tides. Children, what do you mean by ocean tides? Yes, tides are the alternate rise and fall in the level of sea water. Due to that what? Due to the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun and the rotation of the earth. Are you understand children? It is very important. The sea water rises and falls twice every day at regular intervals. This is called as ocean tides. The sea water rises and falls twice every day at regular intervals. There can be high tides, another one is low tides. What is mean by high tides? When the water level rises, that is called as high tides. Then when the water level falls, that is called as low tides. Clear children? Tides are mainly in two types. One is spring tides, another one is neap tides. Okay children, what is mean by spring tides? When there is a new moon or full moon, the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun is combined. Okay, this is because the sun and the moon and the earth are in a straight line. Due to the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon, high tides are formed. Clear children? These are called, that high tides are formed. These tides are called as spring tides. Then neap tides, when it is a half moon day, the moon and the earth are at right angle to each other. The impact of the gravitational pull is not very high. Therefore, these tides do not rise very high. So, these are called as neap tides. High tides are also called as spring tides. Low tides are also called as neap tides. Last topic of this chapter is ocean currents. Okay children, what does mean by ocean currents? Yes, the movement of the ocean water in a constant direction is termed as ocean currents. The movement of the ocean water in a constant direction is termed as what? Ocean currents. Ocean currents can be in the form of cold or warm ocean currents. Okay children, what does mean by warm ocean currents and what does mean by cold ocean currents? Warm ocean currents. These currents generally move from the warm equatorial areas to the cold polar areas. Clear children, what does mean by warm currents? Generally these type of currents move from the warm equatorial areas to the cold polar regions. For example, the Gulf Stream is a strong warm current region that starts from the Mexico and moves into the Atlantic. Clear children? Warm currents, these type of currents generally move from the warm equatorial areas to the cold polar regions. For example, the Gulf Stream is a strong warm current, starts from the Mexico and moves into the Atlantic. Okay, next one is cold currents. These type of currents generally move from the cold polar areas to warm equatorial areas. Clear children? That is the main difference between warm and cold currents. Warm currents means generally warm to cold areas. Then cold current means cold to warm areas. Clear children? Do you know the difference between warm and cold currents? I hope you all understand this chapter clearly. Thank you students. We'll see you in next video class. Thank you.